Alright, so in this section we will learn about how we can start a process or start a job in PowerShell. So let's just jump in. As I mentioned before, in order to start a job, we can use the command that is start job, and then we can use the script block to pass the block of script that you want to execute as a job. So let's say I have a command that is GCI or get child items or ls or dir or whatever it is, or any command that we can execute in PowerShell can come in this case here. So let's say I have ps command, get process command, any command as I mentioned before. So let's say get process, and now this will start the job as a script block, and this will execute this job in the background. So if I hit enter, now the job is created with the id of 5. The state is currently running, and then we have the name of the job, that is job 5. Before this I demonstrated and recreated the jobs, so that's why it's on number 5. Usually it starts from number 0, so it has more data as true, because it's still running, so it will grab more data. And now if we check the status, we can check the status by executing the get job command. And now as you can see, the status is now completed, and that is the job ID. So now we can receive the result, right? So with this command we are getting the status of the job, like it's ID number 5, the name is job 5, and like the command is completed, but we don't see the result. So in order to receive the result, we can use the receive job and then passing the ID. We can pass the name as well. We can pass like status and those things, but let's say I want to get the result based on the ID. So we have the ID number 5. Now if I hit enter, it is going to return the result of the job 5. As you can see, we have that. And in the get job command, we also can pass like, let's start another process. Let's say we are executing GCI with the start. We are executing the GCI in the background and creating a job for that. So now it's running, and now the ID is 7. Let's create another one. Let's say ls, and now if I get the job, it will list out all the jobs that are running, and all of them are completed, and 5, 7, and 9 are the IDs. So instead of like with the get job command, instead of like listing all the jobs, we can use the flag to list only the job that we want. So let's say I want the job, the status is completed, as you can see. And now if I say running, we do not have any job that is running currently, so that's why. And we can do like get the job by ID or some off, and so that's how we will get to like the job by ID. As start before, we can receive the result by let's view the jobs, get job. Here we have the job that are running or completed, or here are all the jobs. So as mentioned before, we can use the receive job and then passing the ID. This will let us receive the result of the job. So let's say I want to get the result of 9 and 9, and here are the result of the job. As you can see, we are just executing the ls command. It shows here the command, so that's how we will get like the result of that command. Now to the start job command, we can pass a script as well. So let's say I'm going to create some script, and here we have only the GCI command. This will list out the content. So now if I save this, come back to the terminal and execute the start job command, and then in the script block pass path to the script. So now if I hit enter, oh, that is the another flag, that is file script. So the file path, instead of like the script block, you here what we are doing is we were like passing the block of script, but here we are passing the path of the script. So we have to pass the file path and then flag and then pass the file name, the parameter. So now that hit enter, it's running, the state is running, and the job ID is job ID is 11 and the name is job 11. But another thing that we can do with the job creation is we can pass the name as well. So let's say my job, and now if I hit enter, I have to close that, and now the job is created with my name. So that is my job. As you can see, it's running, and that ID is 13. in the location. Also we can do is we can execute jobs on a remote system, so that's where the location comes into existence, because our system, we are executing this command on my own system, so that's why it's localhost. But let's see that in the IDE. So if I come here, start job, the best way to explore all the flags in a command in PowerShell is to use IDE and with the extension installed like this. As you can see, if I like hover over this, and it's going to if I press like control space, and it's going to list out all the available flags that I can use. So now as you can see, the definition path, type, and name, script block, credentials, and literal path, authentication, and all those stuffs. As you can see here we also have the argument list flags, where we can, like, let's say we pass the file path, and we pass the script name, right? Let's say script.tsn, which is this file, but let's say this accepts some parameters. So you, with the help of this argument list, we can pass the parameters as well. And when talking about the remote system, we have the invoke command for that. So we have discussed this in the previous sections. So we have the invoke command and passing the computer name and authentication and username password. So with that, we will be able to execute these scripts and commands on a remote system. That's it for this, and I will see you in the next section.